All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, team. So, Tammy and I are going to have this recorded video for you guys to kind of go through the upcoming team, give you some important information. And as always, if you have any questions, please post them in the group or message us privately. Um, and then we can get back to you. We will have another team meeting that will be all of us on Zoom together, hopefully on January 25th at 5 o'clock. And we will send out, no, not the 25th, excuse me. What date is it? Oh gosh, was it the 25th, Sammy? I forgot what date.
I
Or was
I
it
can't
March
remember.
7th? Sorry, guys, 1 second here. Okay. It is Monday, the 27th at 5 p.m. Sorry. So I will make sure everybody has a Zoom link before that meeting, and that will be a live Zoom for all of us. All right, so we're just gonna get right into it. Can you see the screen and everything, Tammy?
I see the schedule.
Schedule, perfect. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna let Tammy start with our team arrival on February the 5th. And just so everybody knows, there are people coming from different locations. So we had people coming from the Miami airport and people coming from the Norfolk airport. We are on different flights and stuff. So there's a little bit of people in and out with this team. It's a little unique. We have some people who will be leaving on Saturday and some who will be leaving Sunday. And then the majority of the team is there the entire week. All right.
So Norfolk team, I just asked that we be at the airport and inside ready for check-in at 3:30 a.m. Our flight departure is 5:30. So that gives us the 2-hour window, which traditionally international needs a 3-hour window, but there's just no need to be at the airport that early. However, please be there and inside by 3:30 because a lot of flights are departing between the 5:30 and 7 a.m. time frame. Our team from Norfolk will arrive in Honduras around noon. So we will be going to the grocery store to purchase drinking water for the team and just a few snacks that will be in our shared refrigerator. If you want to purchase your own snacks at that time, you can. And then when the team that's flying out of Miami arrives, they will meet us at a restaurant. We will head over there once they land, and we will have the director and founders from Ebenezer School meeting us there as well.
Sounds good. And our Miami group, we leave Miami at 12:40 and we have a direct flight with no connection. So we will, like Tammy said, get in there after them and we will just head and meet them for dinner. Um, please.
Please remember you only have a backpack and a carry-on. If you are choosing to check a personal checked bag, that is at your own expense. We do have a couple bags that will be going with team supplies, and that will be taken care of by the ministry.
Yes, and a lot of the supplies, well, as we talked to Night to Shine a little bit, a lot of the supplies for Night to Shine have been sent to us here in Florida. So when our team arrives, we'll have quite a bit of luggage. So that will have all of those items in it. And we were blessed with a lot of donated items for Night to Shine. And those will be coming from with the Norfolk group with Roxanne. On Thursday morning, we will be going to Ebenezer School, and the lesson and craft for that day will be done by Madeline. Obviously, the whole team will be helping. The person that will be named in the video, you guys are like in charge of it. So you're the one that's making sure we have whatever we need, craft supplies. I do have glue sticks and scissors and colored pencils already. However, whatever else you need, you either need to make sure Tammy and I get a list of that or you need to have obtained it on your own. Um, we'll need to plan for about 150 people. That allows us to use it at the school. And then you'll see on Thursday in the afternoon, we go to House of Hope. And at House of Hope, that same activity, Armor of God, that was used in the morning will be used in the afternoon there. And Roxanne and Sherry will be doing the lesson with the women. Um, all right. For those of you who don't know what House of Hope is, Tammy, do you want to tell them? Um,
Sure. House of Hope is a place of refuge for women that are either coming out of or prayerfully will be coming out of human trafficking and prostitution. Please remember we meet these women where they're at. The program that they have at House of Hope is amazing. Their director and staff are absolutely amazing people that just come alongside these women and walk with them through this. And you will hear more of their stories when we're there. But even one of their staff actually was a woman that was involved in this, and she came out of it, and she loves the Lord and she loves these women. And so when we're there, we are very sensitive to the nature of ministry that happens there. But they help fill the women with the love of Christ, and they also try to help teach them some skills that they can maybe have jobs to provide an income outside of what they're doing or what they're coming out of.
And when we're there, we normally have the women downstairs, and we'll work with them. Roxanne and Sherry are working on our program there, but all of us will be participating with them, and all of us will be working with them and sitting with them and interacting. Our guys will take the children upstairs. Seth and Chris will kind of lead that up. And they will have the lesson. We'll go through the same armor of God, the same craft. They have a great, huge area up there where you can play games and jump rope and all kinds of stuff. So it's a great facility. They really have a nice facility too. On February the 7th, that morning, we'll be going to Yolani's Hope. This is just going to be a hello visit. It's a visit just to help raise awareness of their ministry, what they're doing in the community, how they're taking care of kids. A lot of their kids come from, actually, Honduras has a functioning child services program. So all of these kids are placed there through child services. Many of them have stories where they're young teen parents, from their family members and other situations that are tough. And so the babies are there with them as they are raising them together. So it's great for us to pour into them, to just value them. They have a great program that kind of operates independently, but we just go there to encourage them, to love them, say hello to the kids, and touch base with them. And once we leave that, we'll have lunch and we will head to start getting ready for Night to Shine. And that is one of the main activities that this team is going there to do. And we are excited for Night to Shine. We're excited to do it. Tammy and I, when we move a little bit to the packing list, we're going to go over some specifics for Night to Shine. Um, there's a lot of different things that will happen that day. So we just ask that you guys are flexible and grace-filled with this, because this is the first time of us doing it in that building. So it's kind of hard right now to say who's going to be where and what's getting set up yet, because we're going to have to figure out how to set up the tables and the chairs, and then kind of go from there with decorations, and then from there with, all the food and different things. So we just ask for you to kind of work with us that night. And as we move through the evening, we'll say, hey, so and so, we need somebody on tables, or hey, we need somebody doing this. We need somebody getting balloons ready. Um, and it will be a great evening, a great time. Actually, we will probably be there, I would say, before lunchtime. We're going to need several hours to get ready. So it may be one of the things where we pick up some rotisserie chickens or something for lunch, and kind of eat, or something, or tamales or something like that. Then we can eat on that. All right, one second.
I just want to share that, especially at Yolani's Hope, a lot of these children do speak English. So if you have some questions, especially how Christina shared that there are some teen moms there as still children themselves with their babies, if you can just maybe reserve questions until we're in the vehicle or back at our Airbnb together, that would be best, because there are a lot of children there that do speak English. And that takes place anywhere that we're at, but especially Yolani's Hope, there are a lot of bilingual children and staff.
Absolutely. That's a great reminder for sure. And after Night to Shine, please remember, as we do Night to Shine, like we are doing it from start to finish. And we are very blessed that a church is letting us use their facility. So that means that after Night to Shine is done, we have to clean it all up. So afterwards, we will pack it all up and stuff. So that will definitely be a full night for all of us. And we do provide a meal at Night to Shine, so we will be eating there with everyone. On Saturday, February the 8th, that is our recreation and cultural time. You want to talk about that, Tammy? What we'll be doing?
Yes. Christina, I want to make sure on my end it shows that you're muted, but I can hear you. Are you muted?
Let's see. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you the whole time, but it is showing that you're muted. I just wanted to make sure for the recording purposes that you're not.
Hmm. Well, hopefully not.
Okay. Okay. Um, yes. So on Saturday, the recreational and cultural time, the zip lining, seeing the cathedral and downtown. The area that we can go zip lining, that's one of a few activities that you can do there. Christina and I, along with local American missionaries there that you guys will meet, Joel and Tara and their children, Caroline and Christopher, we decided to do inner tubing. We were told through loose translation that it was like a lazy river. Pastor Joel, I think, referred to it as adventure tubing, and I think that's definitely much more descriptive of what we did. But if you want to try that out, just talk to one of us. The zip lining was a blast. It's several zip lines through the tall tree lines, as well as about three of the zips are fully over a waterfall, and it is beautiful. And if you do not choose to do either of those things, it is just a nice, there's some trails. You can walk to the waterfall and look at that, but there's a lot of things to do there. When we go into the facility, kind of like almost like a nature park with activities, the ministry will pay for your entrance fee, but your actual activity that you choose to do is on you. We'll spend a few hours there. There are a couple little shops there where you can purchase a souvenir or a snack if you'd like to. And then there are some bathrooms throughout the facility, but there's one right when you enter in that's rarely pretty large. And at that time, it would be best to go ahead and change out of your activity clothing. We are going to go visit a cathedral in the downtown area. So, out of respect for that, we ask that you please either be in pants, you know, you can be in a skirt, but by no means do you have to be in a skirt. We're just saying it's not best to be in shorts or athletic gear, which is probably what you're going to be in for our recreational time at the zipline area. Uh, Christina and I visited the cathedral on our first visit there. It is very beautiful. The little downtown area, it's really nice. It's a nice little site, and we have not been back there since then. So this is going to just be a great opportunity for us to dive into the culture, which every time I do ministry, whether it be in the US or in other countries, I absolutely love that we get to pour the love of Christ. But I also think in other countries, it's very, very important to take in and see their culture. I think that's just a huge way that we get to understand the people that we are going there to serve alongside.
Absolutely. And then after we get back that evening is a youth group. Pastor Joel and his wife Tara. Tara leads up this youth group, and it's mainly for missionary kids. That's who is in the group. They're all missionary kids. So they're American kids. So that's just a fun time. They normally come over to our hotel and they're able to swim, hang out. They normally have pizzas and stuff. And it's just a great time. Normally, we'll see what's up with Tara. Sometimes she has us prepared like games. Sometimes she may ask one of us to speak. So if that's something that's on your heart to share a message with these kids, let us know because that's always something that's available. On Sunday, we will be having church at the Men's Recovery Center. This is just a great program. It's a men's recovery center. It's a literally a life recovery center, a Christian-based program. It's for people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol. Pastor Joel has been developing a relationship with them. He has a heart for them. He has a heart for the recovery ministry. And throughout your week there, you'll get to know Pastor Joel and a little of his testimony and his story, and you'll see where his passion for this ministry comes from. So we're just excited to have church with them. Um, from church, our Sunday group will head to the airport and they will be heading home. And the rest of us will be heading to the market and we'll be having lunch and the market. Um, so that's kind of our Sunday. On Monday, we will be going out to the community where we did the medical clinic and our young adults and our teens with Roxanne Brown working with them will be doing the lesson and craft out there. Don't worry, teens and young adults, you'll be getting trained in country. Roxanne will be meeting up with you guys and going through everything. And I have confidence that that will all come together. Please be flexible with us. We are still working out final scheduling because we do confirm with directors and community leaders and make sure it's appropriate for us to come and when it's appropriate and what time. So if that morning gets flip-flopped to afternoon and the afternoon gets flip-flopped, or if something new comes up that we may do, or if a new ministry site comes up, as Supply and Multiply is still establishing ourselves in Honduras, there's opportunities sometimes for us to go see a ministry, tour a ministry site. Last time we were able to tour a blind school. There's all kinds of opportunities. So we kind of have that afternoon open. There's also home visits that we can do, check on some people in the
Yeah.
community. So please know that just because just because it's on the schedule doesn't mean it's set in stone. It could flip flop or mess around a little bit, but also know that there may be other stuff added to the schedule that's not on it. But this schedule, at least for us, tells us what lessons, crafts, and activities need to be planned. On Tuesday, we head back to Ebenezer School. Let's see, lesson and craft. We have Natalie, who is overseeing that. And House of Hope will be going there in the afternoon, similar schedule to Thursday. We're not 100% sure with our women to be determined exactly the outlining of the program for that day. And then we will also have the lesson and craft with the young men. And I know Noah has been working with Natalie on that. And then we will also have Ephraim and Sebastian that will be up there to help with that as well. On the schedule, and then we all leave on Wednesday. Everybody leaves on Wednesday together. The group heading to Miami, it's the same similar situation. We leave like 45 minutes after you guys. But we all will head to the airport at the same time. Tammy hit on the recreation day, but I just want to encourage you guys, breakfast is included every morning. It's a nice breakfast. The bed and breakfast, like I guess host, he does a great job. They just have juices out, they have coffee out, they have a nice meal. And then we will have lunch. Sometimes it will be in the community, sometimes it will be on our ministry sites. On Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the team member will be taking care of their own lunch wherever we're at. You know, sometimes it may be the market, it may be the mall, it may be, at the recreation site, the little cafeteria there. So you'll be on your own for lunch on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then all of your dinners will be provided by the ministry, except for Tuesday evening. We normally go to a restaurant in the community that has it supports the area where the hotel we stay in is and where Pastor Joel lives. It's a little restaurant, so we like to support them with business in there. So that is Tuesday. And once again, we will always make sure that you guys have this information ahead of time. We're not going to just expect you to remember all of this. We're just kind of front loading you with it. So then as it unfolds, it makes sense. All right. So we are now going to move. All right. So So we are going to move to Night to Shine. All right. So Tammy.
Okay, so like Christina shared, this is actually our first time hosting in this church. It's also our first time hosting Night to Shine in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. There is only one other Night to Shine in the entire country, which is in the capital of Tegucigalpa. And so this also, you are growing with us in ministry as we do Night to Shine here in San Pedro Sula, Honduras. The clothing attire for our event specifically, we're either going to say your Sunday best. An example is, if you were to dress up like on an Easter Sunday, or it can be as fancy as what you would see somebody wear to prom. Remember to keep it a little more conservative. Um, these are some examples that are being put up on the share screen. You see that they're maybe a little longer. They're definitely covering the knee, and they're a little more flowing, the dresses for the women. And for the men, we suggest to wear a tie. If you do not want to wear a tie, the center picture, I believe it's like a black button down, but you see how the cuffs and the collar and the inside panel is a different color. So that kind of dresses it up as well. So suit coats are not needed. They are not necessary. And although we are spoiled with air conditioning in a lot of the places, we do not want to count on the temperatures being so nice that we'd even, be comfortable men in a suit coat. So a nice button down, regardless of a tie or not, and some slacks will be absolutely sufficient for our men.
And please feel free to use comfortable shoes. Um, it was so funny on our first trip. I had brought my Converses and I was like, oh, I should just wear these to church. And I didn't. I ended up wearing my dress shoes. And when I got to church, many of the women had them on. And some of it, they walk. A lot of people are walking maybe. But our guests may come in dress shoes. They may not. But please make sure you're in comfortable shoes. If that means you need to wear a sneaker with your dress clothes, if that means you need to wear a Croc type shoe, or even a sandal that's comfortable for you, because we will be setting up, we will be getting ready, we will be cleaning up. You're going to be on your feet, so just keep the stilettos at home. um, For Night to Shine, we encourage you to talk to, your friends, family, Sunday school class, about our Amazon wish list, and our sponsor information. We have several sponsors so far, and it just allows us to really be able to complete the event with a total blessing. Any of you who have put on an event know there are activities that exceed the what you think of, right? You think you're just going to buy balloons, but you also need somewhere for the balloons to go, ribbons to tie the balloons, you need a stand for them to hold on. And so there's always those things that go into it: the DJ, the building rentals, our place settings, our silverware, everything. We have to purchase all of those items. And so we just encourage you guys to share that information. It's always a blessing for us to be able to do this in a community, because each item, each service that we do in the community, we are pouring into their economy as well. And when we pour into
Right.
their economy, then that allows the ministry to be a blessing to the community. All right, let's see. Okay, packing list.
So our packing list will be shared with you guys on our Facebook page. And if you're not on there, please feel free to reach out to Christina or myself to be able to get this. It's pretty self-explanatory. The clothing, you want to be able to bring something for each day. Please, tank tops are okay in Honduras. Their culture is okay with it, but they are modest. So the tank tops, they do come up to the collarbone when you do see them wearing them. I will say you do not see men wearing them. I think if we had something like a work site job, it would probably be okay. But we do not see men wearing them. So if women wear them, it is more of a dressier type style, not so much athletic wear. But and then men, we are learning the more that we go to Honduras, we are learning that pants are what is most appropriate for men to wear. They do make breathable, lightweight material for pants. If you wear shorts, we strongly suggest that they are more of imitate slacks, more like what I would call as dockers, not so much the cargo shorts with all the pockets and such on them. And then you can either choose to wear a polo shirt or a nicer uh, t-shirt type of a shirt. Shoes, just please make sure your shoes are comfortable. We don't do an absorbent amount of walking every day, but you will want to be in shoes that are comfortable.
And on the
Um,
shoes, please make sure you bring at least two pair. I mean, if we go out and you get wet,
yeah.
or it's raining, or we get mud, like you need to really make sure you have two pair of shoes. And one could
Yeah.
be a comfortable sandal that you're comfortable in that's just really easy to pack. And one could be a sneaker if you're a sneaker type person. But please
Hmm.
don't just rely on one pair of shoes.
Yeah, I agree. Um, we shared earlier in the schedule, we will be having church at the men's recovery uh rehab center. So please just make sure that you bring something specific to wear for church that day if you are still in fact there. I know I think all of us are there except for two people that will be leaving before that. Make sure you bring your undergarments, make sure you bring your sleepwear. Please, if you choose to wear your sleepwear out into the common area, just be cognizant of what sleepwear you choose to bring. You may bring a swimming suit. There is a swimming pool where the Airbnb is, where a majority of the people will be staying. It will be accessible to the entire team. But ladies, a one piece, and at that, please make sure it's a modest one piece. Men, swimming trunks are suitable. And then, of course, your night to shine outfit. Toiletries, you can look over this list and go from there. Bugs will not be as prevalent at this time, but I definitely suggest you still bring something. If you want to talk to a few people on the team that you may know, if it's a full size bottle, make sure it gets checked into a checked bag, but you would be able to share it. Also, if you do burn easily, if your skin is sensitive to getting sunburnt, make sure you bring a sunscreen, probably a hat. And then the essential items that you see here, your passport, a copy of your passport, cash, credit card, reusable water bottle, phone charger. Um, Not only are these essential items, these are items along with any prescription medication that need to be in your backpack. Yes, your carry-on by definition says that you carry it on the plane. However, the airlines always have the right to let you know that they need to check that. And when you are rushing and being told that suddenly, you may forget that some of those essential items are in your carry-on rather than your backpack. So it is best to just pack those in your backpack from the beginning. So those essential items, as well as any prescription medication that you need, please, please, please make sure those are in your backpack. Prescription medication, please make sure those are in your labeled bottles from your doctor that have your name on them. Have people gotten through where they put them in their pill cases? Yes. Does TSA have a right to confiscate those if they are not in the pill bottle? They do. So please, just to make it easy for yourself, to make getting through TSA in the airport as stress-free and as easy as possible, I just really suggest that those things are in your backpack. And like I said, your medication is in the labeled bottles. And then there we have the optional items, snacks, camera, portable charger, sunglasses. We will have an opportunity to grab snacks while we are there. However, I'm going to let you know that our meals They are full. They are full meals. But some people may need to have a light snack with medicine, or some people may need to have just something small to carry them over to the next meal. Or if you have some food sensitivities or allergens that don't allow you to consume the entire meal, then you may want to have a snack with you.
Yeah, and optional Bible or devotional materials. Most of us have our Bible on our phones now. Some of you do still bring a Bible, which is perfectly okay, and that's good. We will have devotions every evening. The schedule that we gave you is kind of our activity schedule, but just know that every evening we will have like a wrap up of the day, time for the team to talk and share, and we will do devotions as well. Um,
I'm going to share really quick while Christina switches screens is that um, because of the size of our team, I believe we have 22 people. We have also rented a home in the same community that we have our Airbnb, and you'll hear us refer to it as Airbnb or hotel. That's all in one. We just really don't know what to call it. Bed and breakfast, I think, is probably the most accurate. But our breakfast meals and then those meals that we eat together for dinner along with our devotions, those will all be at the Airbnb, which is also where the swimming pool is. But because of the size of our team, some people will be lodging at a house rental within walking distance to where the rest of the team is staying, as well as within walking distance to Pastor Joel and his wife Tara and their family there in the community.
And if you're staying in the house, you've already been contacted and you know who you are. So if you've not been contacted, that means you are in the hotel. Tammy will be leading up the hotel group and I will be leading up the house group. And then on Sunday, we will all be at the hotel together for the remainder of the week.
And we will share with you when we're there because then you'll have eyes to put on what we're talking about. But once we're inside that community, many communities, I shouldn't say most, many communities in Honduras are gated. And so when we're in there and we can point it out to you when our vehicles go in, we do suggest you have one other person with you, but you can walk around that community, which there's a small convenience store, there's a small restaurant. And if you want to take a morning walk, um, whether you guys get in the vehicle or walk back and forth to the Airbnb, that is perfectly okay to do there in the community.
Absolutely. On the screens are emergency contact information. We'll post this in the Facebook group. This is something you can leave with your family. I know some family members want this. Um, we know that it's 2025 and everybody has their own phone, and people can get a hold of you. However, I know for some people they want to disconnect. Some people choose to be off grid while they're there. And so we always want to give you the option that if there is an emergency and you choose not to have cell service, you choose not to be on Wi-Fi while you're there, that they can use one of these numbers and contact us, and we will get a hold of you. Also, if you choose to be not off the grid, you need to check with your own cell phone provider. I can't speak every plan, even if we're both with, say, Verizon or both with T-Mobile, we may have different plans. So I
Mhm.
can't tell you that you're not going to get charged or you can get charged. Not to mention that these plans are always changing. So please contact, if you haven't been out of country, contact your cell phone provider, see what your plan is. Some phones, you have to do something special. You may have a special code you have to activate. Others, it's not. So please check with your phone carrier on your own, and plan accordingly for that.
Yeah. And I just want to encourage you, if you do plan to keep connected with your cell phone, please make sure you also stay connected in the moment. If you haven't traveled out of country, culture shock can be real. And so every one of us, we can quickly just go to our phone because that's something safe, that's something comfortable. But try to really take in what we are doing while we are in country because your time there will pass so quickly. And it's going along with what Christina shared about make sure you check in with your cell phone um, company. Also, check with your bank. Some banks still need you to log in what country you're going to be in what dates, and some banks no longer require that. But we just don't want you to get into country and get ready to use your card and not be able to. I know for me, it is a quick, simple 3 or 4 buttons on my bank app on my phone. I know for another bank that I sometimes use, it's no longer required to check in. So just double check with your cell phone company if you choose to use your cell phone there, and also double check with your bank if you're going to be using your bank credit card there.
And just know they will not take American money except at like the market. The
Yeah.
marketplace, they will take it. But when you're at if we go to the mall restaurants and things like that, you will need to use your charge card, your credit card. If you're someone who you're not comfortable with that, or that's not something that you do or have, let us know so that we can work with Pastor Joel to exchange some money. But they really don't. It's not like some countries that really take the American money. You can use it for some tips and you can use it like at market some, but they really prefer the credit card or their own money.
Hmm.
All right, so we have our checklist. We are at the stage right now where we are preparing for ministry. Please be preparing your hearts, your minds. Please be in prayer. Please be talking to those in your circle of support to let them know what you're doing and where you're going. It's exciting to share what God's doing in your life and in the life of the ministry and the life of the kingdom. So, this is the time. Get people on board, praying for you, praying for us, praying for Night to Shine. Turn in your notarized forms. They either need to be screenshotted and sent to me or Tammy so that we know you have them, or you carry them with you, which is fine. You either need to, if you see Tammy at church, you want to hand it to her, great. If not, bring it with you, but we need to know ahead of time that you have those forms. The minor forms, please make sure if you have a minor child that those are completed as well. We'll post the packing list for you guys. If anybody has any remaining balance left on their trip, or if you received any blessing money, or if you received a sponsorship, maybe somebody gave you the money directly, make sure we get that because we will be doing a list of thank yous to people and we want to make sure that we don't leave anyone off of that.
Hmm.
Um, and then we will make plans for departing and arrival. I know that Tammy already mentioned the Norfolk arrival time. I just want to go over real quick. I promise you, everyone's plane tickets right here. I have everyone's. It's not like a top secret. It's just that over the probably 1,000 or more people that we've taken on mission trips, there is always sometimes one person who tries to log in to their confirmation number and check on things. And it sometimes causes issues. I'll tell you that these flights are generally full. And when you get into the screen, it's going to say, do you want to give up your seat? And you need to make sure you're saying no, or else you're not going to be on the flight. So please, there's always reasons why we do things this way. Also, the way that Honduras does immigration is you have to have a QR code that's done. I will process all of those for everybody. It's done 24 to 48 hours. I'll process it and I will send it to you so that you have it and you will have it on your phone. And then you'll be able to have it where they can scan it in for you at the airport. It's really important that these QR codes are done. They're very particular how they have to be done. There's specific fields that need to be done. They need addresses of where we're going to be. So that's why I complete them. When you get the QR code in the form from me, you'll get everything that I gave them so that you can verify the information and know that I didn't tell them anything that wasn't true on your account for you. Nobody really has trouble at the Honduras airport. We haven't had issues. We've had a couple people that get asked more questions than others, which is fine. You're going to see a pastor friend. Pastor Joel is there. We're going, you're bringing your stuff, right? We're not bringing medicines with us. We're not bringing any contraband or anything like that. So please don't have any anxiety about the airport. Those of you who are traveling with minor children, nothing special. They'll go up with you to the counter. And they may confirm that the kid's there with the parent. That's it. It's no big deal. If you are a minor traveling without a parent or guardian, then we will have an adult that is with you at all times when you go up to the counter. I believe we have one in that situation. And so she will go with the family group up there so that they're not left alone at the airport. I think, travel insurance. Somebody did ask me about that. Yes, every single person has travel insurance. I have a complete package on everybody. And all of those plans, it's kind of blurry, but all of those plans have been purchased. And they're all, I know sometimes it feels in a day and age of online meetings and people coming from different places, you may not always know all the little things that are going on behind the scenes. But Tammy and I have had, numerous meetings, conversations, back and forth messages, schedules with people in country in Honduras, getting ready for us, preparing for us. And so it's all coming together really good. We'll have two vehicles, two large vans that we'll be in. And I will say sometimes coming from the airport, it's a little crowded, but don't worry, it won't be like that the whole week because it won't be that crowded. Um,
Mhm.
you know, anything else, Jamie?
No, I know it's something small, but the one thing I do suggest is when Christina sends that information that we need to go in with the QR code, I like to screenshot it. Like Christina said, I agree. We don't really have any trouble traveling into this airport. There are sometimes in some airports around the world that are notorious to know that, it's a little dysfunctional, a little hard. What I will say is Honduras is their Wi-Fi internet. I would say yeah, it's not the best. So keep that page up on your phone, but I would also suggest just screenshotting the QR code. I know last time an example, a lot of people were only dependent on the actual website link and they couldn't get through and our team had screenshot it. So we were able to just, you feel a little guilty, but we were able to zoom right past all those people, dozens of people waiting for the internet to come back up and we were able to get through a lot quicker.
And we will have internet at the hotel. So our outbound immigration, we will do that the night before. And all of us will be there. And that's something easy that you'll be able to do on your own because you know your home address. You'll know how to put it in, but we'll be there to help you and facilitate
Hmm.
that. And everybody will do that on their own. If you're someone who doesn't have a device, then we'll do it on your device, on our device, and send it to you.
Hmm.
And I know for pictures, some people have asked about pictures. We'll let you know where it's appropriate to take pictures, where it's not appropriate to take pictures. I'm pretty good at taking tons of pictures, and sharing them. I know Roxanne takes pictures, Tammy, all of us take pictures. So we encourage you to be in the moment. We encourage you to be
Yeah.
actively participating in ministry. And so if I know somebody's not teaching or maybe doesn't have a role, I may say, hey, can you grab some photos when you're up there with that? Can you do this? Then what happens is all the photos normally get sent to me somehow, normally airdrop or other ways. And then I will put together an album afterwards and send that to everybody. If you are someone with Apple, at the end of each night, I will airdrop that day's photos to you. So you will get all the photos.
I also want to say that just just a ministry motto that we've kind of adopted is if you're choosing to share on social media, um, we really ask the team to share what we've done, not what we're doing. It is also just a safety measure for those of us that are there on the ground doing ministry. It's best just to kind of share what we've already done. And if you have family or friends back in the US that want to follow along with your trip and your journey and your time in Honduras, I would encourage you to have them go and like the Supply and Multiply page because the staff, the board members, we will ensure that pictures are loaded up, that they can see what you're doing. But again, if you're going to choose to share on your own, we please ask you to make sure it's something that maybe has happened. We traditionally post the next day.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great one. And, and then also I just encourage you to, when we do talk about photos and stuff, sometimes I intentionally take photos of like, the back of heads. So maybe at the House of Hope, I'll take a picture of the women when, they're all at a different angle. But there may be some that I take where it's a close up of a little kid, right? And those may be pictures where we can share with our home church when we do a PowerPoint. Those are things that maybe end up on like one of our brochures or something, but not necessarily on our social media. Sometimes the social media, There's definitely, posts that we make and stuff. And generally in a group setting or in different settings, we just try to be very respectful and careful. We never know someone's exact situation, and we just want to be careful. I also want to, I don't know how it all works, but you may start getting friend requests from people in Honduras. You may start getting on Facebook and other social medias. Somehow they'll know you're traveling and the machine starts working. Please be careful who you accept friend requests from. Please be careful who you begin to follow on Instagram or any of this stuff. If you haven't actually met them, like Julio, one of our translators, when you meet him, great, connect with him on social media. Pastor Joel and Tara, connect with them on social media. But some random requests you get, just be careful. I
Mhm.
really encourage you to be cautious. And I also, on the flip side, encourage you to be cautious on who you give your information to,
Yeah.
because that's you got to protect some of that nowadays. And I know it sounds sometimes in the moment it's hard. We had somebody a few years back when we were in the airport in Haiti. He said to this person, I want to be friends with you on Facebook. So she handed him her phone, and thought that he was just putting his name in because she wasn't able to spell it correctly. And he actually was changing her password, and locked her out of her Facebook account and different things. So just be cautious of that. I know it's not even things that a lot of us think about, but it's unfortunately a reality of social media.
Mhm.
If you guys have any questions, please let us know. We'll have the follow-up team meeting. I'm going to post everything we talked about. This video obviously will be posted, and then I'll have the forms posted. And we just look forward to a great week. We're praying for Night Shine. We're praying for our guest. And we're just praying for all the details to just keep coming together.
In closing, I would just like to share that between now watching this video and then us meeting live together in just a couple of weeks, I would encourage you to get online and just try to learn a little bit about Honduras. We human sex trafficking is something that is unfortunately very prevalent uh, in Honduras. If you have not watched the movie Sound of Freedom and you're interested in it, I will just say that a huge part of that movie, which is a true story, does originate in Honduras. And so, although we have great ministry connection there, we also just want people to be aware of the country and of different things. And honestly, it's just so we know how to pray. In my opinion, it's so that we know how to pray before we go into the country, and that we can go in maybe with eyes wide open to understand some different things and different ministry that we encounter while we're there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll close this out in prayer, and let's just be in touch, guys, and just keep working together on all the little details so that it all continues to come together. All right. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this team. Father, we thank you that you've brought your people together, Father, for an appointed time. We just pray for all of the ministry. We pray that you are preparing the soil for us, Father, that we are going to go and just invest into this community and into people's lives, Father. And above everything, above all of the crafts, above the music, the supplies, everything that's coming, Father, that we're going to share your love, your hope, your compassion with people, Father, to just point people to you. That's our goal, Father, is that our heart and our love for you draws us to other people that we can point to that same love. We just pray for everyone who's preparing for this trip. We pray for provision for them as their minds are settling all the last details of getting ready to travel, Father. And we pray that you're working out each one of those, Father. And we just ask this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. All right, now for me to figure out how to stop the share. There we go.